Hello again. We are back with episode number 4.
And we are going to talk about a Scream Factory release. Scream Factory finally had a big sale that I took huge advantage of. In fact, I'm still waiting on a few because they're back ordered. But I ordered and received and watched and enjoyed Prison. This has got Viggo Mortensen in it. Let's see, Viggo Mortensen, Lane Smith, Chelsea Fields, and it was directed by Rennie Harlan. He's very good at directing popcorn flicks. He directed, I believe it was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, and Die Hard 2, and Deep Blue Sea. He's very good at that, like I said, the popcorn flicks. Really knows how to make a good action movie. But this is more of a horror movie. This has also got Tiny Lister in it, and the stunts are done by Kane Hodder, who is Jason Voorhees. The plot of this movie is that a man was wrongfully convicted and executed for a murder he didn't commit. And he was sentenced to the electric chair and died. And then the prison where they committed this was shut down. Well, 30 years later, they reopened the prison. And it's pretty much a hellhole. It's still falling apart. It's not safe for anybody at all. And when they break in to the electric chamber, they call it the death chamber, where the electric chair was, the spirit of this man is released, and he starts getting his revenge. He might have been innocent in life, but in death he is now vengeful. And he starts killing prisoners and guards and the warden. He's trying to get to the warden. This is actually, I was very surprised with. This is I will have to say, very underrated movie. It didn't do well in the box office because the company who produced it went bankrupt in the same month that this movie was supposed to be released, so it got shelved. And I believe this was Viggo Mortensen's first role. And if you don't know Viggo Mortensen by name, he is
Aragorn.
That's right. Nominated for an Oscar.
He also played in Hidalgo.
Mm-hmm. But he was nominated for an Oscar for the movie Eastern Promises. Where he played the Russian mob boss.
Yeah, Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, this movie is
awesome.
This movie's got great atmosphere. They shot in a real prison that was really shut down. There's not a lot of death scenes in it, but they're pretty horrific. Like, there's burning to death. There's one guy who gets sort of crushed to death.
Wasn't there somebody in the electric chair?
Yeah, at the end, I'm not going to give too much away. There is the actual ghost or spirit makes his presence known, and he's still strapped into the electric chair. Here's the thing. And when you see that, the guy in the makeup, that is Kane Hodder. And if it wasn't for this movie, Kane Hodder would have never played Jason Voorhees. The man who did the special effects was John Carl Buechler, who is legendary for his special effects, but was offered the chance to direct Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Mm-hmm. Also, that movie is also known as being the most heavily edited in it. Well, because of this, he met stuntman Kane Hodder, and when they were casting, he insisted on having Kane Hodder play Jason, and that is how Kane Hodder got the role of Jason Voorhees, which brought him into prominence. And we're going to go meet Kane Hodder on this Sunday, the 29th of May.
Yeah, we're going to go to the Crypticon in Seattle.
Yeah. Scream Factories, they're not exactly cheap. This cost me $13, but I think it's back up to about $20 now. But if you can find it, lower, or if you're willing to spend the $20, this is a decent movie. Like I said, they shot in a real prison. And here's one for you. A lot of the extras in the movie were actual prisoners that they bust in from. They shot in a real prison, and they were shot in Montana. They'd shut that prison down and moved everybody to a new prison a couple of miles down the road. So they would bust these guys in to be to be extras in this movie. So these guys are...
That's a cheap way to get your extras.
Yeah, real prisoners. So a lot of them had actually served time they were still serving sentences from that prison that they had currently been or at. So definitely a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So,
if you're wondering why I haven't said a whole lot, I haven't seen it yet.
No, somebody was busy watching The Good Witch.
I did. I like that show.
Yeah, you can see how our taste runs. The Good Witch. Prison. Okay. This is definitely a thumbs up. Definitely check this one out. I enjoyed it, and my voice is cracking. And the Blu-ray is loaded with special features. There's a new commentary from the director, Rennie Harlin. There's a Hard Time, The Making of Prison, which is I watched that. It's about 40 minutes long. Really good. Talking about how they made it, and all the troubles. Like the prison was crappy. It didn't have running water. It didn't have electricity. It didn't have heat. It didn't have air conditioning, obviously, because it was it was the Montana State Prison. It was the last working territorial prison in the United States. So it was like Old West, big stone wall type prison. So, all right, definitely check this one out. Prison. Bye.